What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction video, guys. We have Visit Poland. 10 things that will shock you about Poland. I'm so excited to dive into this and figure out what's so shocking about Poland. We've been getting a lot of Poland content lately. I think it's an incredible country, and I'm very fascinated by so much history and everything. But back with Mark Walters. Before we dive into this, if you happen to enjoy this video, please don't forget to subscribe, give a video a thumbs up, and let's dive right in.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walters World, and today we're in the main square here in Krakow, Poland. Beautiful city, definitely worth checking out. And today what we have for you are the 10 things that shock tourists when they come here to Poland. And the first thing that shocks people when they come to Poland is
That's the Polish?
the Polish face, the Polish look. When you come here, you'll notice that people walk around like this, just there's no emotions. It's not happy, it's not sad, it's just neutral. And it's funny because within the train station, you're going out to eat, you're going to the stores, you're going all over the place. They just have the same look. And you're like, wait a minute, can't you be happy or sad or something? No, they have this like dead-on look, which works really well because you'll see the women here are gorgeous, okay? And when you see them walk, you're like, oh, they're just preparing for their supermodel career. Because when you're on the catwalk, you don't show any emotion. So they actually works really well. But it is kind of funny how the people, you do have this look, and that's the first thing that shocks people. Also, kind of going along with the people, you might be shocked that, look, the Poles are not like the jokes you heard as a kid. They're not dumb, they're not alcoholics, stuff like that. You don't have that. I mean, yes, there are, but that's everywhere. It's not more or less like you get in other countries. So that also kind of shocks the people when they come here, because I'm used to all those Polish jokes where, what is it, 4 Polish people, and how do they, move the bed or something? You don't have that here. The second thing that'll shock you when you come here,
This Polish face that got me. How you just gonna keep a straight, emotionless face? Like when I'm walking by you, let me see a smile, let me see a little bit of emotion. But that's not how it is out there. I guess that's not how it is. So that's not what I should be expecting. I should be expecting that Polish face, that supermodel down the catwalk face. Okay, I got you, Poland.
Also deals with the Polish people are how Catholic and how religious the people are. I mean, I remember going on the buses in Lublin, and these like punk rock guys are in there, and they go by a church and they all do the sign of the cross. I'm like, whoa, I didn't expect that. People here in Poland are very religious, and the churches, this is St. Mary's. Honestly, the first time I walked in there 20 years ago, I would just drop. Wow, the blue altar and the blue ceiling and everything. It's just amazing. Dang. And the churches around the country are gorgeous, and they're actually building more churches here. Other countries, they're turning churches into apartments and hotels and bars. Here, people still go to church. They still do believe, and you do have a very religious, conservative feel when the people are here, which is kind of a different thing. And when you go in the churches, that's the real thing about it. You really see the beauty of the churches, the ones that haven't been destroyed during the war, that maybe they've been rebuilt, but like here and other ones, you really go in and just see the majestic beauty of the churches here. So do take the chance to go into the churches. Don't just go, oh, it's another church. Go in and check it out. And that kind of leads into the
Hey, I think that's super dope though. I've seen videos, pictures of those churches around Poland. Oh my God, the design is absolutely sensational. They are jaw-dropping. It is absolutely beautiful. And the fact that they're building more, I find that much more incredible. He says you go to other countries, they're turning these old churches into apartments, into bars, into different things, where Poland's adding more churches, but they're not changing the beautifulness or the historicness of the churches that they already have. That's incredible.
Third thing that'll shock you when you come to Poland is how much Poland was destroyed during the Second World War. I mean, Krakow was lucky. It didn't really get destroyed during the war, but a lot of the other cities were just leveled. For example, Warsaw. When you go there, you'll go see the Uprising Museum and realize that everything old in Krakow is actually younger than probably your dad, because they had to rebuild it all after the war because it got leveled by the Nazis. And you'll see that, and you go around. That's why you'll see the communist architecture and the big square, long rectangle buildings and stuff like that. Because there was nothing there. It was all destroyed, so they had to rebuild. And when you really see the level of destruction throughout the country and how much they've come back and built new stuff, you'll be very proud of the people, and that's what's really cool about it. Now, the fourth thing that's going to shock you when it
That's actually insane to think about, though. How much was destroyed during the war, and then the way that it was rebuilt after the war. It's not built like the rest of Poland that wasn't destroyed before the war. So that's very interesting. I guess how time goes, and you learn how to do things a different way, and you build with different designs. But man, there's something about those old designs of the churches there in Poland that's just truly, truly, what is such a spectacle.
Come to Poland is how completely incomprehensible and illegible the Polish language is. Look, if you don't speak Polish, it's okay. The locals know you don't speak Polish. They'll start trying to speak Polish with you, but Polish is just one of those languages. You're listening at the train station, you're like, yeah, I got nothing. Yeah, I don't even know what city I'm going to. It is a very tough language, and it's very hard to pronounce. Like, how do you say PRZ in a row? And there's like a hat, and there's an L with a line through it. Is that a T or a what? What is that? You do get pretty confused when you are here, and it is kind of shocking that you can't even make out some of the stuff. Now, they are developing better for tourism, so you will have a lot of, English menus and stuff like that, but it is a really good idea to know some Polish before you come, like dziękuję, which is like thank you, prosim is please, things like that, because it really gets those people to go from, you say, dwa piwa prosim, oh, you speak Polish, and they really open up then, okay? The fifth thing that might shock
so you gotta speak a little bit of Polish, and that's how I get a smile. That's how I get them to open up. That's how I stop getting the Polish face. But hey, I barely got the grasp on the English language, if that. So learning another language, which he says seems impossible. I feel like I can learn the little words that he gives me: the thank you, the please, the beer, the just small phrases. I just probably wouldn't be able to learn the language, to become fluent in the language.
Is your eating experience here. The Poles really love their potatoes and their cabbage. And even if it's not on the menu, like it might say, oh, it's a cutlet, nice. It'll come with cabbage and potatoes. And you're like, oh, I'll have the pork knuckle instead. Oh, it comes with pork and cabbage. Well, then just have the rolls. Oh, it's a cabbage roll. Okay. Look, you're going to have a lot of cabbage. You're going to have a lot of potatoes when you are here. And there are some pretty good foods, like the pierogi. You got to have that when you're here. I've actually liked the meats when I was here, too. And they do a good job with the potatoes, but it's all the time with the with the cabbage and the potatoes again and again and again. That's why yesterday I just got the cabbage rolls. I'm like, look, because then I know I'm getting the cabbage. Haha. And it came with a side of mashed potatoes. And I just laughed and laughed and laughed. Okay. Also, kind of interesting is they really...
I can't do no cabbage. I hate cabbage. It's not good for me. So if that's what every meal, I would just... Can I get this, but y'all keep the cabbage. Send the mashed potatoes, though. Love potato. But keep the cabbage.
Love their tea here, too. Now, the sixth thing that might shock you as a tourist is, you notice... there's not very many tourists. Now, in Krakow, you do get about 10 million tourists a year. I mean, this is a very popular place because it's gorgeous, and I'll talk about that towards the end. But honestly, there's not a lot of tourists that actually come to Poland, and so when you go around, you really are kind of a special tourist because you're actually here. You might get people going, why are you in Lublin? Why are you in Łódź? Why are you here? Some places like Krakow, it's obvious, but you go around and there's just so few tourists out there that you're like, hey, I can kick back, relax, and do okay. And what kind of leads on to that, our next shock, is how cheap it is here. Because there's not a lot of tourists driving up the prices. It's nice because you can have a very affordable vacation here in Poland. Rooms, accommodation, food, drink, making merry, all kinds of stuff. And you'll see a lot of people come to like Krakow or Warsaw to come have a party weekend and stuff like that. Because you really can. Your money goes a lot farther here than other places. And that's what's really cool. Now, the next thing is going to shock you when you are...
If it's anything that I would love about a place when I was traveling, it's affordability. It's cheapness. That's number one on my list. If I were to travel, number one on my list is affordability. And it sounds like Poland is very affordable to go travel to, have a great time, get to enjoy everything at an affordable price. I love that, Poland. I absolutely love that.
Here is the amount of natural beauty and space in Poland. Look, this is a huge country. It's one of the biggest countries in Europe. And the thing is, you're going to be going between these different towns, whether it's on a bus or a train, things like that. Not super fast trains, but fast enough trains. And you're going around, and it's just amazing how big the country is, but also the natural beauty you see when you go through there. And what's nice is when you go through, and you can go, if you're in the north, you're going to Gdansk. And well, that's one of my favorite. Krakow and Gdansk are my two favorites. You're up in Gdansk. You come down a bit. You can go over to the Masurian Lakes and see the castle that's right by there, the Malbork Castle, which is on the way towards there. Go to the lakes and enjoy that. Go to the coast in the north. In the south, you've got the Tatras Mountains, and you go to Zakopane and stay there. Tons of Europeans go to ski in the winter because, yes, it's beautiful and it's cheap. Remember what I said before? But you have this natural beauty, like, wow, this really is. I understand why they have all their tourism propaganda is about, you know, the natural beauty of Poland, because it really is beautiful. Having said that, the next thing that'll shock you is how amazing the town squares are here in Poland. Yes, here in Krakow, you've got the Cloth Hall over here to check out. You've got the St. Mary's Church over there.
Look at that.
Sorry. You've got all these things to go and see, and this is actually
That's awesome.
town square in Europe, and it's amazing. But it's not just here. You go to Warsaw to see their old town square they really built from scratch. Wrocław, go see the old town in Lublin. Oh man, Gdansk, the port city of Gdansk, man, you just walk around there, see the Neptune statue, you're like, man, this is so cool. And you have all these beautiful squares, and you have all these beautiful buildings that have been rebuilt after the war, or maybe they're still there from before the war. You have that beauty that not a lot of people think of, because when they think of Poland, you're thinking of, you know, oh, it's farmland and stuff like that. And look, there's some just amazing places here in Poland, so it's definitely worth checking out. And the 10th thing that
it's just absolute. I'm telling you, I've seen videos and they were talking about like top 10 places in Poland, top 10 places you gotta visit, and it's just gorgeous. The cathedral, I will never stop talking about them. Are literally mind blowing. But then that being the largest square, I find that fact to be really cool. I'd love to travel. I'd love to get to see everything, experience everything in person. I feel like it would truly be such an experience for me, a memory that I just would never forget.
Might shock you when you do come to Poland is the lack of service. So remember that Polish face. Service. It's not the most attentive. It's not the most friendly. You'll get your food. It'll just take some time. But just know, Poland isn't necessarily the most service-oriented economy out there, so you need to have some patience when you are coming here. And probably that's the only thing that shocks you kind of in a bad way, is really the service here isn't the best, but it's getting better. I used to come here a lot in the early 2000s for work, and compared to 2017 versus 2007 or 2002, man, it's completely different. Anyway, I hope that helped you.
Love that.
Things that might shock you before you come to Poland. It is a great country to visit because you're one of the few tourists coming here to see some of these beautiful cities like Krakow. So if you want to learn more, 5 things you love and hate about Warsaw, what you should eat when you come here to Poland, check us out on our website at waltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and we really appreciate your likes and subscriptions. And if you do subscribe to our channel, we actually put out 2 travel videos every week, every Wednesday and Saturday, and we really appreciate those likes. And if you got comments about things that shocked you about Poland, put in that comment section below. So I'm sorry I talked so fast this video. I just got really excited about my time here in Poland. Bye from Krakow.
That's so awesome.
Sorry.
Krakow. That's yes, I would love to know, like he said, any like Poland shock or any shocks that you've had while visiting Poland if you're from a different country, or if you're from Poland, things that you think would shock foreigners coming to visit, coming to for tourism purposes, traveling, just kind of getting to enjoy Poland. What's shocking about Poland? That was a dope video. Love Walter's World. He presents videos so awesomely. And he's very helpful when it comes to wanting to travel somewhere. He helps you on some do's, some don'ts, tell you about some beautiful places inside of the country. But yeah, from videos that I've seen in Poland, it's just an absolutely beautiful country. I don't know if I could get used to the Poland face or the cabbage for every meal, but I'd be willing to try it. I'll be willing to try it out and see. That's all we have. If you enjoyed that, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. I'll see you guys next time.